Hello, blessed and beloved jewelry community. My name is Damien Rohrbach. Welcome to this new video. So today, I need a yin yang for a video. So we're going to make the design, the model, and we're going to make a render, obviously. So let's start. We have a lot of work to do, and that's a good thing. So today is Sunday. Since I was a child, the Sundays were always the most boring days. But obviously, it started changing. Okay, here. So now, top view. Let's make a collection at once. Jing, Jang. Let's bring the circle. Number 20. We want a nice resolution. So that's going to be a pendant. 36. So 18. 18 for a 3.6 centimeters pendant. All right, let's center this friend. All right, this is, now let's do Shift D. Yes. So 36. We need half. We need position here, 9. Okay, so that's 1, Shift D, -9. Okay, now I'm going to append a gemstone, if I can find one here. Here, object. So try to bring the gemstone pretty early in the development of the design, because the gemstone gives a lot about dimensions. So this pretty boy is going to be 4 millimeters. Let's make it scaled, but I want the one, first this is this one. Okay, we have this one, and it's funny because it's already a black diamond. Let me append a white diamond, so for those who don't know, I obviously do create assets. You can find them on the Blender market. The other way to get things that you see on the channel is to become a member. You can get the full 3D scene or the simple model each month, and it's really nice. So you're most welcome to become members or to go check out my assets. Where are you, Scooby-Doo? Okay, so this. And I'm going to state white diamond here because I'm going to need both. All right, copy paste dimensions. We have 2 diamonds in this one. I'm going to put -9. So now, okay, perfect. I'm going to copy their circles. Just for, well, if anything, you know, I think if anything goes wrong, it's always better to have the copy. Okay, so I'm going to go to edit mode, and from the top guy here, I need half. So I'm going to do Control I, H. From this little fellow, we need the right side. Alt H. Now L Control I, H, and from this little fellow we need the left side. That's why it's always very interesting to create the yin yang. It's good for the brain. And that's why we're here with the channel, to train the brain. Alt H. Okay, now from the big fellow we need the left side. Control H. And I'm going to remove, I think, the middle one, which was true with the other one too, but anyway, Alt H. Get that, that, and that. So this one here has an overlap. I need to remove it. Now we're going to join this F. I know, but before we do so, we need a Control J in object mode, and here we are, F. Now it joins perfectly. This here F, and here we need to merge these ones. Merge at center. No, at center. merge in place at first. What? Well, you know what? I know there's nothing to merge, so I'm going to do an F here, but I'm going to do a W subdivide. And okay, this guy's gotta come here. All right, so we have the perfect half. We have the yin or the yang. Okay, we have this. I'm going to copy it because I wanted to, no, right, I want this to be not flat. Good jewels are not flat. They're never flat. Bad jewels, they tend to be flat. You know, like just a laser cut flat jewel. It's a bad, bad thing. Don't create flat jewels. All right, so now let's create a sphere. Let's put 100 segments. 32. Now let's make it. Okay, this is pretty good. Now let's go here. Let's erase half here. Let's start extruding. We're going to smooth this a bit. Now we're going to extrude. This is to make nice subdivisions. Oh. Do it a couple of times. One more time. All right, F. Okay, the stones, well, they're going to be up here. Well, these ones are big ones, so. All right. Now, so what I'm doing is that I don't want the jewel to be flat. Flat jewels, they're bad, they're boring, they're cheap, they're really cheap. So we don't want cheap stuff. Good stuff, we want good stuff. We want the good stuff. So let's make it shade smooth. Now I need to make the rest with that same or similar shape. right? So we're going to try and select this half there. All right, so where's half? These must come with us still. Okay, we're going to erase that part. So we have this. I'm going to make a copy and work on the copy. So here, before we go, let's make this F. We should be fine to extrude that. So now we're going to select this. Just have a look, a close look here. We're good enough. And we're going to go with this. So we're going to extrude. And we need to start rotating already. This is the hardest part of what we want to achieve with the volume. Obviously the gemstones pavé is going to be a lot of fun, but it's easier. And the honeycomb, okay, here I'm going to start to make things smaller. Don't forget to rotate, and it's very slightly smaller at each step. And first I won't be worrying about the z-axis. Then I'll have to have a look at the other dimension. For now we're gonna be okay. Right here. To rotate a bit more this. Oh well, this is great. So sometimes it might be hard, but what's really important is that it's going to be worth it. And that's why I do it like this. It's going to be worth it, and also you're going to be proud of yourself. Sometimes it might be also important. The sense of achievement. So when I say hard, it's also very relative, obviously, because we're almost done. Once you get the general concept, you can say you're done. That's something you would totally miss with a more automated process. This is great. Some rotation I'm going to correct maybe later on if it's necessary. And also, like I said, the levels on the z-axis, that's something we'll have to check right after that. And like I started saying here and there, what I'm doing now, because I quit teaching, I stopped teaching, I closed the jewelry school after 17 years. Because I want to dedicate more to more artistic and creative things again after 20 years. I never stopped doing that because I was teaching art and jewelry design. So, but and the concept is that we're going to travel. We're going to travel. Okay, so here I'm going to, let's have a look there, and let's close this side. Now we're closed here. Let's have the top view. Yeah, just to keep, obviously the thickness is, but okay, so the general shape is very interesting now because the curve goes all around the yin, not just the yin and the yang. The yin and the yang are going to have a curved volume, which is way more interesting and obviously way more a developed volume. Okay, I need to correct here and there. Here I want to, sorry, what do we have? Don't forget to do an Alt A. That's a very common mistake that we might face now and then. Okay, I'm going to correct a bit. Maybe that was the worst one. The rest, okay, just here and there. Also, so always take your time to evaluate the entire work when you to move forward. Don't do it later, do it as you walk. So the as you might know, it's slower, but it's better. It's a bit like when you're driving and you keep the sense of what's behind you also, to have a global, holistic sense of what surrounds you. And actually that's why I wanted to do the yin and yang today. Because it's a very nice feeling, and when you rush forward without keeping that feeling with you, a sense of all your surrounding, well, you are obviously going to be losing the sense of harmony, and that's not a good thing. So obviously we also want that our 3D designing process and journey, we want it to be globally, holistically good, not just achieve a result in 2 minutes and that's it. Our lives are more than just achieving results in 2 minutes. And like I say in almost, well, not almost, but okay, anyway. Enjoy the process. any process, 3D modeling process, enjoy every step of it. All right, so now we have this. And I like it. I like it already. Let's have a look at the side view. Okay, now here we need a couple of considerations. All right, let's go to edit mode because I need obviously things to be on a certain level. So we're going to start and bring everybody to a new level. At first it's going to be a bit imprecise, especially in those thin parts, but we're going to regulate all this, don't worry. Let's bring everybody here to the ground. It's also interesting, you can keep it up if you want. Okay, wait, here then. That's what I was saying. Let's keep it really. So that part, I am going to keep it flat. The bottom part, I want it to be on the same ground. Oh, that's funny. Well, I might bring a cube for reference because I don't wait. Okay, all of you come with me. We are going. Oh, wait a second. Okay, I am going to bring a cube for reference because the grid is not good enough. The grid is not good enough. So let's make this guy scale. Let's go at 60, 60, 60, 0, 0, minus 3, minus 3. All right. So now I have a better reference here. Okay, because we can see the lighter part, and it's great. So level up all these parts if you want, or give them another curve like we had at the beginning. Don't hit the space bar, we're not making an animation now. Right. So the reference gives us a better. Okay, what we can do for the just let's take a bunch. Don't rotate. Don't rotate any of these in any direction. Don't rotate anymore, or you're going to destroy the entire volume that we just achieved. So also you need to understand that some parts of the modeling process are way slower than others, or not so interesting. Now we are in a slow-paced part of the process. At the beginning it was a bit faster, then you hit a slower part. Well, when I meant rotating on the other axis, you can rotate this axis. All right, perfection. All right. So yes, this is more slow paced, but it's like everything in life. Some parts of life are faster than others. and or we have some parts also that repeat. Here I have to repeat the process for every part. There's not much of a shortcut here, so I won't even bother trying another one. This type of bevel or lofting is not easy to achieve with curves. You could try, but the funny thing is, like, the time you would need. Okay. Ah, now it's all the rest. Nice. It's all the rest from the time you would need to find a correct setup to achieve exactly the same volume wouldn't be any faster. You could get lucky, once or twice and achieve it faster with curves. The thing is that I don't like relying on lucky methods because I design every day and I design a lot. So I really prefer steady, comfort methods because, and that's also what I like about it. It seems to be slow. That's an impression you can get when you're watching or trying the method. It's slow when you do it once, and you could feel not efficient. But that's where the mistake stands. When you repeat this method a lot, you'll get a lot faster at it, and also you'll see that it's very steady, and that's exactly what we want: steady results. So to get steady results, we need steady methods. Okay, there's no mistake here. There's no a lucky guess that it might work. It's just a lot of experience, practical, empirical, proven, efficient methods in real life or in 3D. Right, we have this. It's a very pretty volume. So this friend is going to be new material. This is white gold. There won't be black gold. It exists. It's a mixture with iron, but it's more like on the surface, so I don't like that type of metal. There's blue gold also. It's a jeweler from Geneva, Frank Mueller, who created the blue gold some decades ago. So obviously it's not something that we want to achieve here. This guy needs to be a bit bigger. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make another, well, at least one over here. Okay, this one. So always also there checking details. before we move forward too fast. Let's check. Okay, here we need to check this. There's just a slight bump here. All right. Okay, this is nice. Okay, it's these guys. It's more the second one. Very slightly here. Thickness also, thickness, I want this one. So this is smoother here. Is it smooth enough? Yes, I would say yes. Okay, we have this, we have that. So this is the ink. Let's see if it centers at geometry. No, not really. So what I'm going to do is that the cursor, you go to the view, you put the location of the cursor at 0. We're going to set the origin to the cursor, and that's the yang. And obviously we're going to rotate 180 degrees. Okay, so we have this shape. That's already pretty interesting in itself. What we can have a look, let's have a look at making this part hollow. So I'm going to copy this for a cut, to make the cut. I need to adjust let's see. Okay. Let's hide this for a second. Let's bring the geometry. Now let's try to bring it at geometry first. Okay, so just for a quick look. Okay, here a curve. Right, let's go with this. I'm going to correct that part here. This guy here gets well, it's not just this one. Oh, actually it's this one. That's the next one. That's this one. Okay, perfect. Now let's make the copy. And let's have a look at making the shell. So let's have a going to make the boolean for just like this to see what we get. Fast boolean h. Okay, it goes pretty well. But obviously we'll have to adapt a bit, and I don't want the border to be too thin. We need some border here. Okay, so now I also want this to go further. So let's just remove the real time here for a second. It might be that entire part. So we're going to try. I'm going to exaggerate a bit at the beginning. I need real time again. All right, it's pretty good. But it's already a bit too low. We have this. Now I'm going to take these, remove these. Well, I kept the rel time, but that's the advantage of the fast boolean is that, well, we can keep the real time modifier and it works really well. Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, we're going further here. I like to get a bit further. Yep. So we can see very well those. This part is, sorry, I did not remove these. Okay. We have this. Okay, so this is going to set the reference here. Now we have these guys. That's a bit too much already. This is going pretty well. So this. Then we'll have to check that the cut is not too deep, that the thickness of the jewel is realistic, well, yeah, realistic, thick enough. Just one more. Okay, H. That's pretty nice. That's really okay. That's nice. So to check the thickness, we're going to use a cube and to make another boolean. Whatever. Shift D. We're going to make a cut right there. anywhere. Well, somewhere relevant. So let's make another boolean fast here. So now here we can see the thickness, so we can decide if it's thick enough. It's pretty good. It could be a bit thinner. Let's have a look at this. All right, so we're gonna have a look at this part. Okay, we're gonna go like this. Oh, why? Okay, there was one forgotten vertex right there. Okay, let's go here. That's going to put some reference for the thickness. Oops. Just one level. Okay. Well, obviously, it's just to have a look at the progress. Okay, I like it. I like it. I'll still just a little part here. Wait. No. H. The cursor here. I want to have a look. Okay, from this level then. But here I need the entire side. A bit more. Okay. Now we can remove this and we have this hollowed. Okay, so we have this. I'm going to copy it, but I'm going to apply, make it mesh. This is the yang again. So I'm going to center the cursor location 0, 0, 0, 0. Make origin to cursor and rotate 180 degrees. All right. So far, so good. Now let's create first, before making the pavé and the honeycomb and all the complex stuff. Let's add a mesh plane to view. I want a small border to go around. So let's do. We're going to make it spin, obviously. Don't close the face because we're going to make this spin. Just we need to center this on the x-axis. Huh, funny, I got there. This is good. Okay, spin. So 360, 120 steps, center 0, 0, 0. Okay, we have this. I'm going to undo it because it's too fat, it's too big. How much is that? 2, yeah. Wait, let's make it 2 by 2. Or even 1.5. 2 and 1.5. Okay, 1.7. Let's make it spin again. And 360 degrees. Okay, this is better. It's more elegant. We need, I'm going to make small decorations on the sides first. And another level. Okay, let's see, front view. Okay, let's create a circle. Side decorations. Here we are. Let's bring a circle to the view. Radius something like 6 or 7. All right. Okay. So first I'm going to make the design. It's a Chinese pattern. Like I said, we're going to be traveling with jewelry. So through times, through cultures, through space, anywhere. Okay, with this. Now I'm going to duplicate this here. Okay, now we need 2. Huh. Why aren't we centered? We need to be centered. Okay, not A. Now I need to remove this one, because we're going to, oh no, it wasn't, sorry. It's not necessary to remove that. I want one face here in the middle. Now, I'm going to need a reference. Okay, I'm going to center this and dedicate just to that for a moment. Okay, now I'm going to take that, we're going to extrude it here, extrude it here. Let's go E-Z. Now I need the section of the circle here. Shift D. Just try to be as concentric as possible here. Okay, that one is too much. Now here, just, oh, sorry. Here, okay. Let's make another extrusion. That's for thickness. We got, sorry, no, F. Thank you. Now these guys again. Let's make them a bit smaller because they're coming on the inside here. Okay. I just need a bit. Sorry, just this one here. That's pretty good. That's great. Now we need an extrusion here on X. How many times? Okay, I have space for another one. I mean level. I'm just going to correct this here. Great. Great. I'm going to go not so far, just a bit over here, and why I can't. I'm going to move up a bit. Oh, sorry. Let's take these guys and move up a bit, just to level. Now we have this, and we're going to do this. No, you know what? Wait a second. I'm going to make every part because then we're going to. Sorry. We're going to make a shrink wrap because I don't want this to be flat. Okay. Here, before closing these guys, we need subdivision here. Great. Okay. So yeah, I'm talking about a shrink wrap. Well, I have some parts here and there that are not subdivided. So anyway, let's have a look at cuts. Okay, we can cut here. Now here, wait, why is it here? That's weird. Okay, this guy, this guy, this guy. Yup. I'm going to remove these edges. I'm going to make this a bit differently. So, extrusion. No, you know what? Sorry. Take top and bottom at the same time. So, not too bad. SZ, just SZ, please. ESZ, ESC, ESZ, SZ, ESZ, and F. All right, so now we need. Okay, I just want to adjust this a bit more here, the thickness. Just details. All right. So now I'm going to duplicate this and take it out. I'm going to mirror this. Need to make it. I'm going to I thought it was selected, but whatever. Let's erase these guys because I already copied them. Okay, so now this join. Okay, we just need this F. Oh no, here. C F. What did I do? What did I do? Oops. Let me come back. F. I don't know why he doesn't. Right, F. Let's have a look. Let's do an Alt H. No, don't. Well, I did. H. All the copies we don't need. Okay. Border 1 for naming things. And we don't want that. Obviously, this. Okay, perfect. We have this, and that. I'm going to copy the yin that has the modifier, and I'm going to make a mesh of this one. So we have copies. All right. Now we need face orientations. Okay. This is great. So that's front view. Perfect. I know that's the back view. So I'm going to rotate this because I want to work on the front view. This is going to come here. Now, before we proceed, we're going to put the name side deco right here. And I want you to be somewhere there. Here. 0x. I'm on the good side now. But anyway, I need it to be further away. Okay. Now, shade smooth. This is going to be yellow gold. Ah, funny thing. I did not do the yellow gold. That's white gold. That's yellow gold. Okay, this we have that. Good. So far, so good. Now we're going to add a mesh plane. Here, I want this to be centered there. I'm going to make a curved but how much? This is a bit too strong, not that strong. A slight curve, but like we already know, don't make it flat. How funny that this is not. Okay, we need one level more. A nice curve here, and I'm going to make it spin. Thing is, okay, select geometry and center this. Okay, this is a bit better. Now let's rotate. Whoop. 360 0 0 1. Okay, we have this. So this is just to project okay, this little friend. Let's remove the face orientation. I have a question. Am I okay? Let's make it smooth just for the look. Now this I need to have a look at. Tray wrap, target this friend. We're going to make wrap method project on the y-axis, negative and positive, and okay, it's on Z apparently. And this one is okay, so we're going to do that guy a bit higher. Okay. Okay, perfect. So now this is not flat anymore, and now we can extrude nicely here. We're gonna need at least point. I'm going to go at 0.85 to have a nice thickness. This I don't want. That was just for so now I'm going to put it here. All right, this is to make the side structure. Let's apply all transforms, and we're going to copy this. So like this is with I want to make no sorry more copies. You can obviously use the array and all that, but when there's not that many elements, I don't care about using the array anymore. 210. The time you set the array is exactly the same time then making this like this. One didn't have the precision. Oh, why? I swear. I moved when I made the duplicate. Yeah, that's what happened. That's why we have this. So anyway, okay, I'm just missing one little friend. 240. Okay, so these are decorations. We are going to have another decoration right in the middle. So I'm going to take all these guys and rotate on Z to create an intermediate. So 15 degrees, obviously it's half, because I want to add another decoration in between those decorations. What I also want is this. If the same one works in thickness, I'm just going to bring it down here, but I need to be sure that thickness is center geometry, I guess. Thank you. Okay, that's a bit better. Let's remove for a second. Let's remove this. Okay, it's a bit too small. Okay, somewhere here for okay, so that's the side structure. Let's go here and let's create another small decorations. All these we can join. Need an active object. Let's make a smooth shading and no, but put the normals. Put the normals here, and this is going to be yellow gold. There's two. So actually for the viewport, let's bring it some color here so we can see this. All right. Okay, we need no, we need. All right, let's bring another plane here. View front. Let's make the mirror here. All right, I want. Let's make a geometry for these guys. I'm going to bring a cube, a very small cube. No, you know what? Sorry, excuse me. I need cursor to selected. Bring mesh cube, a very small cube just for our mirror reference. On the z-axis also based on this little cube. All right, now we can start modeling. And let's make some clipping right here. This is way too big, but how big is it? Okay, just remove the mirror for a second. 0.5. That's pretty good for printing, but let's make it a bit bigger. All right, perfect. Clipping is on. We're in edit mode. We're right here. Just going to extrude. I'm going to make a cut right here. Now let's make a cut here. All right, this is great. Okay, we have this. I don't want this to be too complex, but and also let's do it a bit. No, SZ. Thank you. I want it a bit thinner. All right. Okay, now with this, we're going to. Oh, you know what? I want better levels. Okay. Now, are we going to? Yeah. So we need to connect somehow to to the rest of the object, obviously. Here. I think I'm also going to connect like this here. Let's go somewhere here. And let's do it also like this. Okay, so this is obviously creativity. It's invented. Some people don't know that I improvise a lot. This is what I love about the channel. In fact, I hope that's, well, many people told me that's also what they love about my channel. And I'm going to keep it like that. Okay. I'm going to copy this or whatever. We're gonna keep with yellow gold. Also for casting reasons, because if we have white gold, yellow gold, white gold, yellow gold, you need to print all the parts separately, cast them, and then solder them, and that's not so good. The other thing you can do is can have a rhodium bath to, or a yellow gold bath, depending on how you want to do it. But I'm not in favor of that. I prefer the plain metal. It's better, lasts way longer. All right. So now I need to project that again. But wait, where are we with this? Where are you? Okay, here. So this is a curved sine for shrink. Okay, now so here we're going to go out. See, this one's going to shrink wrap to here. Project was, it should be y-axis, by the way. No, or x, no, it's on the y-axis negative, but it goes like this. Out C, E, and we're going to extrude this also. Just exactly like the other one, same thickness, which was 0.85. And let's make it smooth, shaded. This is looking good, but now we need to put that into position also. So this, we are going to hide it. And we're going to put this boy into place. All right, this is nice. Yep. Control A scale, Shift. No, Control A all transform. Thank you. Shift D 30 degrees. Shift D 90 degrees. Here, okay, we have the chain. Okay, G Y, please. Now we need to move it around. Actually, yeah, better at this level. Okay, here we need let's bring in the plane. Yeah, let's make it a plane. Yellow gold here. Somewhere there. This is 2. I need it at 1. 1 is going to be very good. All right. Let's do custom hanger right here. Mirror on the X from this. Border Control A. I'll transform that. Yes, nice. Clipping is going to be on. So right here. Now EX. This is going to be square. That's even too far already. Now I just need these guys. All right. G X. No, G Z Z Z Z A. E Z. Well, easy, easy. I know it's Y. E Y. E Y. Okay. I need this to be inside here now. E. Okay. G Y. Okay. A. Z. And I want it to be a bit decorated, so we're going to duplicate this. I'm going to make it smaller. I want it to come out like this. This is just a decoration on that part for a nicer look. Sorry, we need transparency, X-rays here. GY. Okay. Okay. Let's have a look at beveling. I'm going to put absolute. I'm going to not clamp. 0.05. It's making a weird. Why? Okay, there might be duplicated. Let's go by distance. Perfect. That's how we detect duplicated vertices. This looks pretty good. Let's go at 2. Shade smooth already, but auto smooth. This got to be the same. Let's go with one. So this one is going to have exactly the same. So geometry, clamp overlap, not a merge by distance right here to repair that. 2 at 1. Shade smooth, auto smooth. Let's make a Control A scale, Control A scale. So we're going to change the strength of that, but we're going to stay at one segment. Okay, just this right here. So jewelry design, small details is all that matters. Okay, right there. All right, we have this. Now, obviously, we need to connect. Side view. Let's add a. You know what? Wait a second. Select origin to geometry. Same here, just for whatever. Let's bring. Alt mix, Alt C, Alt C. We're going to join this. Just for. All right. Let's bring a plane to view. Let's now mirror This is going to be yellow gold. Ah, you know what? The chain could be white gold, just because, yes. This is totally separate. All right. Just for a bit of balance, this one also is going to be white gold. Okay, I'm going to set a mirror based on this is good. But on Y, no, on Z. All right, great. Are we centered? Not yet. Okay. Now, put the clipping on. Okay, we're gonna get right there. And that's what we have now. We're good, pretty good here. All right. I might make thickness vary, but not necessarily. I think I'm going to. So, let's make it bigger here. This one is too thin. It's way too thick. Thank you. That's a bit better. All right. Okay. I prefer yellow gold finally here. I'm going to make an alt C. A G X E. Now our geometry here, we'll center this guy. Okay. I'm going to keep it like that. We surely need to set normal to the outside, yeah, obviously. Okay. But I'm going to shade smooth. Let's have a look at subdivisions. Maybe simple subdivisions and a smooth. Let's make it 5 times. Let's make it just 3 times. Let's go shade smooth. Okay. I'm just trying some looks, different looks. Okay. Or this one is better. But with this one, we always have that phenomena that it makes things thinner. So let's go back to that. Maybe that's too big still anyway. Oh, gee, why? Here we are. Well, like it's pretty clean. But I want a copy of this. I want it thinner but bigger for also decorative reasons, because I duplicated edges a bit everywhere on the border, on the hang, well, the part to hang the rest of the chain here. So, and now just let me see. Okay, it's a bit too small for the chain. The chain, obviously, okay, we're touching right there. Where are you? Here. So it touches right this this part. Okay. This is really nice. This is all very, really nice. So this is the design without the stones. We have this one obviously they're just a bit hidden, and that was like, let's say, the easy part, but the rest is not too bad, especially when I show methods to do it the right way. So first we're going to set these guys here with some bevels. So I'll bring the cursor right there. All right. These guys need bevels, but we can make very simple bevels with circles. Here, let's go here. So we're going to make a bevel. Let's have a look at that. I'm gonna start here, easy. Come to this edge, easy, easy, S, S, Z, GZ. I'm going to double it also. So I'm going to make this and then E, Z. So obviously I'm going to take it out. Here we're pretty good. Now ES. We want to close that part with this part. So here we're going to make bridge edge loops, and the bevel is ready. This is white gold then, and we're going to take that a bit more on the outside. Okay, this is the bevel for that stone. We're going to copy this on the y-axis. This one is yellow gold for the other side. So the stones on the y-axis -9 certainly right here. Okay, so that's for that. But we want this to be pavé and also to have honeycombs on the inside to really make a high jewelry design. Something, these two guys I'm going to join, and I'm going to make a tapper because it's going to be better looking. And let's make an alt C, and let's make a simple deform, no twist tapper. Oh, it's already configured pretty nicely here. Let's make factor 1 maybe. Okay, and let's make this bigger again. Let's just have a look at the position here and the sizes. Restriction, why no? Z, yeah, no. No, not even, but so I'm going to make a second tapper. And this time I'm going to, let's see, almost. So if I do that, I might want to have a look at this here. Huh, that's way funny. Why? I'm gonna tapper this friend also. Let's have a look at what I'm tappering. Okay, Control A, all transforms. Let's bring it to geometry. Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, but we wanted the opposite side. Something like that. That's interesting. But it's too large. So, okay, let's say we have this, but then I want everybody here to go. Okay, that's interesting. That's pretty interesting. I'm just going to make that more obvious. Also here. Okay, and I need then the inside. Who's the inside? I think these guys. Okay, I forget these. Okay. All right, that's good. Okay. Now we're going to have a quick look. No quick look. What I want is that the black diamond to have a different shade there, right? In the viewport at least. Okay, this is pretty nice. Okay, so for today, I'm going to stop here for modeling. I'm just going to make a quick setup for a quick rendering. And in the next video, I will be making the pavé setting with all the little stones and the honeycomb cuts on the back, because obviously that's a lot of work, but it's very fun to do in Blender. So let's start with shading, lights, background. All right. So HDR environment, let's bring in here. Let's go to shading. The light, we're going to remove this light. That's already pretty nice, obviously, but okay, let's create a background. So let's make just, we're going to make like a cloth. Let's okay, let's add a Bezier curve to the view. Let's make it way bigger. Let's make it bigger. You know, maybe not so big. because we want to see the waves. So we're going to make it, yeah, perfect, like this first. This one is too much, don't need it. We're going to do that like this. Okay, let's make it a mesh. Extrude it. This is going to be red. Actually, let's make it red in the viewport like this. For camera, let's put the camera somewhere here so we can see. Okay, clipping, obviously clipping 12,000, we're good. The view also, I'm going to extend the clipping something way bigger. Now, so it means that this is too small. Too bad, I like it pretty well. But we can do it ourselves here. Then we're going to go to sculpt mode and use the cloth brush or whatever to twist the cloth. Maybe displacements, we'll see later. Okay, that side is good. And that side C, just to complete the view. All right, AGX. All right, so we have this for now, shade smooth, obviously. Let's make a quick test. Let's make the materials. All right, looks pretty good. Just going to set the color for a second. Now, metals. I'm going to use cycles. Am I going to use cycles? No, in fact, I'm going to use LUXCORE. Let's remove. It's better to remove things when you go to LUXCORE. LUXCORE. Okay, let's go 24 bounces here. GPU rendering. Environment HDR. The image is the same here. Oh great, already have an image. So we are going to use LUXCORE nose. Let's create the metal material. Metal. This is white gold. Let's bring in an image for some scratches here. Util bump here. All right, let's bring in an image. Where are you? Here. Scratches. This might look good. We might need some UVs here and there, so let's go UV editing. Let's make it Q projection. Okay, let's put it inside here. Same for this guy, Q projection, AG, all right. These guys, same, a Q projection. So, Q projection, but make it UV constraint here to make it better, maybe here, so it's not the same as the other one, as the top one. Now these Q projection, also these. Okay, I need to join these guys. Let's have a look here. So shift key enabled. I need to join these little balance. Control J, UV editing, A, project. No, not from view cube sometimes, but it gives generally bad results. I forgot. All right, the chain might already have, I don't know, weird. Let's also do the cube projection. A cube projection. So I started with really simple UVs. If something doesn't look right, then it's when I, okay, let's start previewing this. Okay, we have this roughness at 0. Let's, okay, this is not doing much here. Let's try .01. Okay, we can see some little cracks here and there. That's pretty good, but that's already too strong. Let's go at 0.5. What we're going to change is the contrast here, gamma 2. It's a bit better. Maybe let's rotate a bit. Okay, a bit more. That's nice. Bring this back at 1. It makes it interesting. Let's try the, I don't know if he's using by default. Yeah, he is, but UV scale maybe 0.5. Yeah, so then I'm going to bring the bump a bit lower, 0.7. This is still not so great. We're going to need obviously lights. Okay, let's select everything, copy. Let's go to LUXCORE nodes for the white, yellow gold, sorry. Let's go with some, this is too pinkish, this is too saturated. I don't know if my HDR is the one I'm going to use. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, this UV is not so good, and obviously we need to make cuts for, okay, so the diamond glass material is already set, but this is black, so we need to go back, darker. Oh, this is too dark. All right, this LUXCORE. Obviously before we model the rest. So this is not looking so great for now. The HDR. Let's try other. Okay, that might start to be interesting. And maybe here a bit less. We'll see. Obviously there's much to do still. Let's try, well, let's sculpt, let's start sculpting this first. Let's go at the cloth here, maybe bigger, like 150. No, that's too big. 88. I'm going to need some dino topology right here. but okay, that's good. So before I do that, I'm going to add a subdivision, simple one, 2 levels. All right, now we can start. But maybe I'm going to use simply, okay, I'm going to use okay, this one is going to work pretty well. I'm going to use the nudge. Let's do it stronger. Let's put Dino at 6. So the snake hook is giving way more the result that I want here. It depends on your mesh. I won't erase that much. Let's go more detail for the topology. So obviously to make this is too high, but you can bring it down. All right, this is a lot of fun when it starts working. Let's start sculpting there. Just remove a bit of this. So the mesh is upside down. You can see that because of the fact that when I'm adding, it's removing. But that's okay generally. It's fairly easy then. Okay, so I'm just going to Okay. Okay, this side's going to need. Nice. So okay, the cloth is working, but it's too strong. I need it to be bigger. So you need to be patient when you drag with the cloth because it starts slow. And you need a lot of subdivisions to have it well, to be efficient. Then it starts to look really good. So by example, down here, I still don't have enough subdivisions to have really good results with the cloth brush, but we're getting there. All right, because it's really interesting. It's one of the favorite new brushes in Blender, and yeah, it is. It deserves it. It's really amazing. So obviously maybe I already have too much, no I don't, maybe deformations, but no, it's starting to look really interesting. And I don't want any pattern, I think, on the cloth, on the fabric. So let's see what happens. Okay, let's just right. And the further you go, the more interesting you can get. Okay. Right there. Okay. So that's just the general concept for. Let's have a look at the face orientation of this. Yep. It's all upside down, so obviously normal wall flip basically. Okay, let's turn the light tracing on. Let's go back to preview here. So we have now an area light on the right side, but let's bring the power up like something crazy first. Okay, so obviously it's starting to be more interesting. Let's go at 160 here. Obviously the cloth on the ground. Okay, now let's try at with laser. So let's bring, okay, that one won't be a laser, so I'm going to bring down the power. Let's bring another one a bit more on the lower side here, and let's go back to shading. Okay, it's starting to be a lot more interesting. So this one's going to be the laser. Let's make it bigger maybe. Okay, so we get some nice caustics. Perfect. It's starting to be really amazing. Now we want not to hit the floor, so to avoid seeing the big white spot. Okay, let's have a look here. All right, we're too much on the right. Let's go back on the left side. Actually, the hardest part is to avoid that, well, the spotlight, the white spot to be hitting something. Now it's going above the pendant. Let's turn it still stronger so we get more caustics. Obviously I have very high resolution. I have a lot of faces, so even if, okay, that's that's interesting, but it's not pretty. We're starting to get there, but okay, that's pretty interesting. But now let's bring it a bit down with the power. Okay, let's exaggerate the other side. Let's go low. That's pretty good. I want a bit more on the left here. Okay, it's starting to be pretty interesting. Really good. But now, obviously, the materials. This needs to be... Let's try the velvet material. Or even the cloth material. Just suppose that in LUXCORE has a nice bunch of presets. I need this to be darker, so really red. And I'm going to bring... Oh wow. But that red is too bright. It's really too bright. Let's have a look only at that material for a minute. Maybe it needs UV. Yeah, I guess. Let's go to UV editing. Here I'm going to go from top view, project bounce. It might create some artifacts sometimes, but okay. So now let's go back with high numbers for the cloth. Okay. Obviously this is going to be red also. Okay, it's starting to be pretty interesting. The specular, yeah, we're going to make it colorful also. And a bit purple maybe, right? Okay, so this is a bit nicer. We might need maybe, let's see if we can thread this. Now this, okay, let's go maybe here at 160. And smaller. What happens at something way lower? Just want to see the direction. This is 2 in this direction. So 160 and 60 maybe. That's interesting, but it's not the type I want yet. Let's go to really high numbers. And we're gonna have a bump somewhere. Let's try 250, 250. Okay, I'm starting to like it. I'm going to bring an image, I think. Image texture. I think I have my fabric here for a bump. Let's go and plug it in. Let's bring utilities bump. Let's put it right here. Let's go at point. Let's go something too strong first. Let's go to 1. Huh. Let's bring a mapping here and maybe 10 times. Have a look at what happens. Okay, the combination is starting to be pretty interesting for the cloth, honestly. The colors, this one is still too purple. That's too purplish. Let's go a bit back here. Let me see. Okay, scale of that. Let's scale this back. Okay, and that's pretty good. Let's see if we can have. No, it's good. Preset denim. That's amazing. Maybe wool. Let's test all of the patterns. Silk. Ah, yeah, silk. Maybe, but that's still even too. Okay, I have a problem with the UVs from the top. We can see the weird artifacts there that doesn't follow well the nice curves of the fabric. So let's do maybe a cube. So we get the texture to follow all the, yeah, that's a bit better. But now I have a white line, well, a division. That's because of the texture of this one. 10, let's go at 5 with the bump. It should come from the bump. Yes, perfect. Okay, now we have a pretty good looking cloth. Let's bring the jewel back here, and now let's go here. I think we're starting to have a pretty nice solution. Okay, the gold and such is not looking that nice. Yet. We need to make, but that's because of the design. I need to make the cut. These gemstones, I'm going to bring them up a bit. They're inside the metal, so obviously they're not even close to looking good. So here, S cursor to selected, add. Don't move the cursor afterwards. Circle. How big is my circle? I guess. Where are you, circle? There. Okay, the stone is 4 millimeters, so let's go at 4. I'm going to make one of the cutters already, even if this one, yeah, whatever. Easy F B front view, side view. Okay, GZ. Okay, for this one is not necessary at the top. Okay, let's make an easy. But on the bottom part, obviously it's very important. So the stone does not touch I want to make them pretty big, so we remove pretty much of the metal. Let's have a look at this. Okay, I'm going to assign a new material to that for these for whatever reason. If afterwards I need to select by material. Okay, so now we need the boolean here. Fast, this one, H. We have this. This is way better. Let's call this guy cutter. Obviously, the distribution around the collections are totally wrong by now, but a bit of chaos sometimes is good. H. Right, perfect. This I'm going to extrude. This one I want to see if I can bevel it. Yes, I can. It's got 2. Great. 0.2 maybe. Okay, it's interesting. I'm going to make another material, new material. It's going to be lacquer. Right. Now I'm going to set these here and there. They're too thick now. Yeah, GY. As patterns around. Yep, we're going to do that here and there. Okay. let's bring a cube. No. Here. Alright, somewhere there. Here. Wait, here maybe it's going to be a bit better. Okay, something like this. This should look black on the viewport. Depends from the material. It's going to be glossy. Diffuse color, like pretty dark. No, I don't want to delete it. Thank you. So maybe a bit smaller. Set to origin, all transforms. Let's make an array. The bevel, the bevel, the bevel. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Let's make an array. Let's make an array. What? 6 times, and I want this to cast shadows here and there. Yeah. All right. I don't want to lose the caustics though. So make it smaller so we can, like a foreground here. Now let's go there. Huh. What if we go through with the chain? Let's have a look here. X, Y. That's feasible. Let's see here. Let's see, that's okay. It gets a bit more interesting, obviously. And obviously the materials, they're not so good yet. The light tracing sometimes doesn't start right away. Where are you here? Or it gets blocked. So I have an idea. This one, I'm going to rotate 9 degrees or something. So we don't block, like I said. I don't want to block the caustics. So much effort, and then we block the caustics. No way. And maybe rotate this a bit here and there. No, take it out. It would be, I don't know, okay, let's go up here. Okay, it should be better. So this is more like, this is software related. Sometimes the light tracing doesn't start. So anyway, let's go to shading. Here. Okay, what I need to change for the light tracing is the glossiness. I'm going to take it a lot lower. It's because the bump on the metal. And let's turn it. Ah, I have it. It's way too down now. And the efficiency also. Okay, they're starting to come back. And also the it's funny we're touching there. All right, efficiency something way higher. I'll bring this lower. Okay, the shape size. Let's make this way smaller. So I'm still hitting, I don't want to hit that side. So we're gonna come up. Yeah. Okay, it's getting quite interesting here and there. Now this glossy, so roughness 0.01. I use the IOR for changing the reflective it's not too bad. Okay, so I'm just going to have a look at a totally different HDR. Let's use something different. Okay, so gain, no, gamma 1, rotation. Oh, that's pretty interesting. So obviously there's a lot of work to be done on the light and on the materials. The HDR makes a lot of difference also. But I don't like this HDR at all for this scene. I need another one. This one either. Let's okay, this needs to be darker. This needs also a bump map. I'm going to copy it right there. Maybe like this, it's already good enough. And obviously gotta be higher than -3. Okay. The bad part is that it's hitting the light right there. Okay, -6. That's so low. Okay. So obviously now the light tracing is way different, but we still don't have any good looking HDR. Sorry, I need to clean the scene a bit. There we go, just the images. All right, we need a good HDR. Okay, obviously that makes a huge change. So the gamma at 1, please. The gain at 1. So I need to set up the light all over again, but it's starting to be a lot more interesting. A lot more interesting. Yeah, everything is starting to get into place. Yes, yes. Ah, funny, it's rotated. Maybe it's already good. It's even a bit better here. Okay, we have a problem here with the texture. It's repeating. Okay, here's one, and it needs obviously a well, let's go at project from view. The other one also project from view. So very simple UVs, because we're not making an animation. Oh, that's fun. I don't know if it's good yet, but it's fun. Obviously it's not what I want, but okay, let's try 3 times. Okay, it's interesting. Obviously it's too, let's go with this at 1. All right, the bump is too strong, way too strong. Let's go here at 2, and let's be a lot darker here. 1.5, and this is way too repetitive for that bump. We need something with more, yeah, a lot more. So let me clean some images that we're not using. Let's make, all right, so I need something with more stains here and there. Obviously it won't be really, oh, okay, this might be nice. It's not tileable, so I don't expect, oh, but okay, it's a bit better. Yep. It's a bit better there. It's more interesting. Yeah, it's a light variation, but it's interesting. Now I think the fabric is too light. It's too light here. We need darker, and this is too purplish. Obviously I could also bring images to make some stains on the floor, but I guess it won't be necessary. Okay, the white gold is fatal still. You need to be very clear on things that are not working at all. The bump 01, and I'm not sure if this image is adequate for our metal. Obviously it's not. Let's find something. Okay, right, let's bring something like that. Okay, so the bump needs to be a bit stronger though. Okay, maybe that same image is going to be much better for the bump. Okay, we're starting to get there. We're starting to get there. Let's have a look. 180. $270. Okay, the black diamond is too dark. It's a bit better. Now also I need more light on the left side to illuminate the decoration on the pendant. The caustics are pretty good. Okay, so blessed and beloved jewelry community, this was part 1, modeling, part of the render, setting the scene. In the next video we'll do the coolest thing, which is the pavé with the honeycomb on the inside to make the jewel a lot more interesting and more high jewelry set. So take care, see you soon.